It was a troubled sleep, so I rose before dawn. A cold Easter Sunday and the snow turning to muddy slush as I walked across Lincoln's Inn yard to my chambers.
Help! Anyone! Help us! Sir! Sir!
I moved quickly towards the two men who stood staring into the fountain of Gatehouse Court.
Master Shardlake! Sir! Look! There's a body in there! Under the ice!
A booted leg stuck out between broken chunks of ice. The water underneath was bright red.
I feel sick. You lot, go there. Help me get him out. And you two, pull till I have a hold of him. Pull!
He laid the dead man on the slushy ground. His lawyer's robe had ridden up over his head, hiding his face. I took the hem of his robe and started to ease it away.
Jesus! His throat's cut.
No. Not you.
Master Shardlake, sir. Are you all right?
This is my friend Roger Elliard. Oh, my poor friend.
Some days before, I made my way through the London streets. There were Bible men everywhere. The numbers increased each day, warning that the apocalypse was coming. There was talk, too, of a strange portent. 2 huge fish washed up by the Thames. Crowds crossed London Bridge in their hundreds to see them, fearing they were a sign of some terrible thing to come.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Barrack.
The madwag's parents are here.
Don't call him that. And get yourself a shave. When we go to court, the judge might call you out for disrespectful demeanour. What are the parents like?
Working people, but they look like some of the busy Bible folk to me. They have their preacher with them.
The boy, Adam Kite, was 17. Brought before the Privy Council for frantic and lewd behaviour at the preaching cross in St Paul's churchyard. Committed to the bedlam in the hope of a cure. No examination by a doctor or a jury of his state of health, and that was improper.
You might be better off not getting involved in this, sir. You don't want to tangle with the Privy Council again.
I'm only acting as a lawyer.
Once these people get involved, you can't hide behind the law. You know that, sir.
I am Samuel Nathan. This afflicted family are of my congregation.
The tall, spare clergyman with iron-grey hair sat in between the dejected Daniel and Minnie Kite, who were dressed in sober black. The mother was close to tears.
We are true Bible folk, however the sinful world may look upon us.
Whatever you tell me of your beliefs will be held in confidence.
I see you do not believe as we do.
It is not my beliefs that are at issue.
I note that God has seen fit to afflict you, sir, but he has done so only that you may turn to him for succour.
I felt a flush of anger that this stranger should take it on himself to refer thus to my hunched back. But I was there to listen to the Kite's story. It was this. Until 6 months ago, their only child, Adam, was an apprentice in his father's stonemason's workshop out at Billingsgate. He was a hard worker and a faithful member of their church, but he'd started to pray fervently, dropping to his knees at any time of day, at work or in company, begging God to forgive him for his sins. He stopped eating. He started running away from the house to alleyways and corners where he could pray unhindered in the snow. And 10 days ago he'd disappeared, to be found on his knees before the preaching cross in St Paul's churchyard, begging God for a sign that he was saved. Certain he was damned, he screamed that the end of the world was coming and begged God and Jesus not to take him down to hell at the last judgment. Only licensed preachers are allowed at St Paul's, and the doctrine of the elect and the damned is not pleasing to the king, so he was brought before the Privy Council.
Adam was chained when he appeared before these 4 rich-robed men. They would not let me speak. One of the men, Sir Richard Rich, said Adam's behaviour sounded like heresy, and he should be burned, but Archbishop Cranmer said Adam was out of his wits and should be sent to Bedlam to see if they could find a cure.
This raises the crucial issue. Is Adam in fact mad?
I fear possession. I fear that a demon has hold of him and is urging him to mock God's mercy in public. And if that is so, then only by praying with him mightily, wrestling with the devil, can I save him. Before he ran away, I stayed for 2 whole days with him, fasting and praying, but I could not break through to him. He resisted me sorely. I must try again.
Their eyeballs will melt. The skin will drop.
I passed more than one preacher as I rode in the bitter cold towards the bedlam.
Deep as a hole.
These days I stayed away from church and confessions. One of my sins was a long-growing doubt whether God existed at all.
Whoa, whoa. Still now, Genesis. Good horse.
I removed my cap as a rich man's funeral train passed in front of me near Bishopsgate. Black horses, black carriages, and poor men dressed in black following behind. I guessed this must be the funeral of Lord Latimer, whose wife the king apparently coveted. A large carriage passed and a woman looked out, her striking face framed by a jet-black hood. The carriage rumbled past and Lady Catherine Parr disappeared from view.
All right, I'm coming. I'm coming!
Open up, sir.
Who are you?
I am Master Shardlake, the kite's lawyer. I've been appointed by the Court of Requests.
Poor man's lawyer, for all your fancy rig.
A lawyer who can apply to the court to have your fees waived. I would see Adam Kite, please.
The surly keeper Shorms led me along whitewashed corridors, lined with cells. There was a bad smell of ordure.
He's in here.
I would like a word afterwards, Master Shorms.
Father, I have sinned against the light, your light that shines in all darkness. Tell me I am saved, please. Listen, I repent. Please tell me I am saved. Let me feel your grace, please. Please, I repent.
A boy with filthy black hair, reduced to skin and bone, knelt chained in the corner of the stinking, freezing room, his face to the wall.
Please listen in Jesus' name. God, tell me I am saved. God, tell me I am saved by your grace alone.
Adam,
tell me I am saved.
can you hear me?
Tell me I am saved by your grace.
I am Master Shardlake, here to help you.
I repent my sins. Please listen in Jesus' name. I repent. Tell
I
me
knew
am
nothing of
saved.
madness,
Tell me I am saved.
so I left him,
I repent my sins.
thinking I would get my physician friend Guy Moulton to come and see him.
You wanted a word?
Yes, Master Shorms. I note that it is cold in there.
Fires cost money.
I will consider any mistreatment of Adam Kite carefully. And if I am unsatisfied, I will report back to the court.
Are you threatening me?
I want that boy fed. And I want to see he is kept clean. I shall be applying to the court for an order that his welfare is properly attended to and that the council be responsible for his fees.
Until then, who's to pay?
The Bedlam's own funds.
Fires are extra. I won't pay for those.
Then I'll apply for the fees to be waived, not for the council to pay them.
You take liberties, Crouchback.
Fewer than you. Well,
I'll order a fire set.
see that you do.
Sir! Sir!
Then that dawn on Easter Sunday. My friend dead in the fountain.
What's happened here?
Roger Elliard is dead, Barrack. He has been murdered.
Bowels of Judas. In Gatehouse Court.
Someone cut his throat and put him in the fountain.
There's no blood on the ground, sir. His throat was cut in the fountain.
You're right. There are no signs of struggle in the snow.
He didn't do it himself, did he? He said he was ill.
Don't be so stupid, Barrack. He had everything to live for. He was planning a campaign to build a hospital. He's happily married to the best of women. I'm sorry, Jack.
It's all right, sir. You're in shock.
I wasn't. I was angry. I feared it was meant as a terrible display. As people gathered, Barrack led me to a point 20 feet away. There was a double trail of footprints, one approaching and one leading away from the fountain, around the side of the building where the Elliards lived. The ones leading to the fountain were deeper than the ones returning. We followed the prints, and it looked as though the murderer had carried Roger through a door from the orchard on the other side of the wall. Only barristers had keys for that door.
It's Mrs. Elliard.
She should not see Roger.
It's too late.
Dorothy, you should not have come out.
Matthew.
They should not have let you see. Come inside.
No.
Please.
I can't leave him.
Come inside, please. We'll leave the coroner to his work.
No. Roger.
Drink this, Dorothy. It will help you.
I heard the noise outside and saw these people, and I saw the body on the ground, and I went over.
Drink, please.
I recognised Roger's boots. His old leather boots, Matthew. Who did this? And why?
Listen carefully to me. Where was Roger yesterday evening?
Seeing a new client.
He told me he was seeing a new client last Thursday. Was it the same one? Do you know?
Yes. He had a letter about the case.
From whom?
Why has this happened, Matthew? Tell me.
Can you remember anything about the letter?
It was from a solicitor. Nantwich.
Nantwich?
A jobbing solicitor near Newgate. He had heard Roger did free work for poor people and asked if he'd meet his client at a tavern in Wych Street on Thursday evening.
I am so sorry. Take another sip. Did Roger tell you what happened at the meeting?
The man didn't turn up, but then another letter arrived apologising and asking Roger to meet the client yesterday night at the same place.
Yeah, Roger went, of course, being the good-natured soul. It was cold last night. Roger would have worn a coat. Then where is it?
I don't know. I drifted off to sleep, waiting for him. Roger did not have an enemy in the world. Who has done this, Matthew? Who is this devil? You must help me.
I will. Do not worry.
Please. I'm alone. I trust you, Matthew.
I will find him. I promise you, Dorothy. On my oath. The Middlesex coroner, Archibald Brown, was a sour man. One of the old, corrupt breed.
You are Matthew Shardlake who found the body?
Yes, sir.
This is a strange one. 'Tis a fountain turned to blood, and the dead man looks calm. I shall have to visit the King's coroner before impanelling a jury.
That will cause delay.
It can't be helped.
How long will it take?
It depends if the King's coroner agrees to impanel a jury of lawyers. And it's Easter Sunday.
I think it is important, sir, to investigate at once, before the trail goes cold.
Do you indeed?
I think the lawyers of the inn will want an inquest to be held as soon as possible. As one of their own is involved, sir. And if I may suggest something else? The manner of his death is so strange. Knocked unconscious and kept that way until he was put in the fountain. It might be good to have the body opened. I know Dr. Guy Moulton, who does that duty for the London coroner. His fees are low.
That old Moor. And who's to pay?
I will, if need be.
Very well. I'll fetch a cart for the body.
God's bones, it's cold on the river, sir.
Barrack and I took a wherry towards Westminster. A busy day ahead. Poor men's pleas before the Master of Requests. I also wanted to get a date for Adam Kite's Bedlam application.
They found Master Elliard's coat. There were no papers in it.
I know that Nantwich lawyer won't exist, but I want you to ask around the Inns of Court about disaffected lawyers. Roger's body is at Guy's. I will go there this evening.
These are terrible times, sir. Have you heard about the great fish?
Yes, I have.
They say they're as big as houses. Just bobbed up from under the ice. Some say they're the Leviathan, the great monster from the deep, a sign of the second coming.
Maybe they are whales. A kind of giant fish that lives in the deep sea. Fishermen speak of them.
This isn't the deep sea.
How is Tamison? That tenement of yours is very damp.
I'd have moved if the baby had lived. But it didn't.
When I saw her last, she seemed a little downcast.
She should get over the baby. I've had to.
My first client was one of the cotters who'd set up market gardens on the Lambeth marshes across the river over the last 15 years. They'd drained patches of bogland and squatted there without permission from the owners who had never developed the land and might live far away. Recently, the landlords realised there were profits to be made and sought to use the courts to turn the cotters out and reap the benefit of their work. My client was Gib Rook.
G'day, Master Shardlake. Ready for the fight?
I am ready. We have a good case, but you wearing that red surcoat hasn't helped it. You look like a peacock.
I'm sorry, sir.
It's too late now. Come, let's go.
I hear there's been a terrible murder at Lincoln's Inn. They say a lawyer was found in the fountain with his throat cut.
The killer will be rooted out.
'Tis the times. There are signs in the world. There have been some nasty killings lately. One of the Marsh Cotters was found murdered horribly in January.
Court!
The case didn't last long. Judge Ainsworth ruled in my favour.
Now, Brother Shardlake, you have filed an application in the case of a boy sent to the Bedlam by the Privy Council.
Yes, Your Honour.
Do I have the jurisdiction to hear this?
The issue, Your Honour, is that no inquiry has been made into the boy's state of mental health.
I see.
That should be done before a person is deprived of their freedom. I propose to get a doctor to examine him, sir. But in the meantime, if you will consent to hear the matter, there is also the issue of who should pay for the fees they charge in the Bedlam. The boy's parents are poor.
Those at least I can deal with. Very well. The court will set an early date for a hearing. But, Master Shardlake, these are deep waters. Politics and madness.
Yes, Your Honour.
Tread carefully. For your client's sake, as well as your own.
It was dark by the time I arrived at Guy's. The candlelight in the consulting room emphasised the lines in his face.
Have you ever heard of dwale?
No.
It is a liquid compound of opium and vinegar and pig's bile, which induces unconsciousness. It's been used on and off for hundreds of years to render people unconscious before surgery.
Then why have I never heard of it? That would save terrible pain.
There is a severe problem with it. The correct dose is very hard to determine. It's easy to give the patient too much, and then the physician is left with a corpse. For that reason, few use it now. But I think Master Eliad's killer did. Let me show you. This is one of Roger's boots. It was dry from the leg that was sticking out of the water. See that stain on it here? I smelt it and then put my finger to it and tasted. Dwale has a distinctive taste. The first stage after it is taken is nearly always a sense of euphoria, then unconsciousness. That explains Roger's peaceful look.
You said it is out of use now, so who would use it?
Some of the unlicensed healers. And there was a tradition of its use in certain monasteries.
Did the body tell you anything else?
There was one thing. A lump on the back of Roger's head. I think he was knocked out, and when he came round, forced, somehow, to drink dwale. He passed out, and the killer brought him to Lincoln's Inn.
Across the fields and through the orchard door. This brute must be very strong, but also an educated man. If he could fake a letter from a solicitor well enough to take Roger in.
But why kill him that way?
Guy gave his evidence before the inquest jury and the King's assistant coroner, Sir Gregory Harsnet. Roger's widow, Dorothy, brave woman, was there, her face ravaged in pain.
Roger Eliad died from a massive loss of blood, not drowning. That means his throat was cut. Then he was held over the fountain until he died, and was then thrown in.
The coroner's court was supposed to be public, but this wasn't. The constables had turned people away from the courtroom, and the hearing was private. It was unheard of.
Even the most skilled physician would find it hard to gauge the dose of the drug used. This killer has specialised knowledge.
He may have, but that does not take us any further. In a case of savage vengeance such as this, I would expect there to be an obvious culprit, yet there seems to be none. With the delays necessitated by Easter, I find it hard to see how this murderer can be caught quickly. We must be realistic. I foresee a verdict of murder by person or persons unknown, and I fear that they may remain unknown.
I was astonished. This was blatant leading of the jury.
And we need more evidence. Therefore, I will not ask the jury to deliver a verdict now. The matter will be left open while I undertake an investigation myself.
With the help of the jury, sir, as is normal.
A coroner may investigate without a jury if he feels it appropriate, as I do here. Now sit down, sir. All of you here, note this well. I will not have the details of this case hawked around London. There is a royal order going out today banning the printing of any pamphlets on the subject. All of you here are ordered to keep these matters secret. Anyone who disobeys will be punished. This inquest is adjourned. It will be recalled when I have more evidence.
Outside in the paved square, Coroner Harsnett was talking to a tall, strongly built man with a long copper-coloured beard.
Brother Shardlake, I dare say you've come to ask why I adjourned the hearing?
It seems you do not want the killer discovered.
You mistake us there, lawyer. There is nothing in this world we want more.
Who are you, sir?
This is Sir Thomas Seymour, brother of the late Queen Jane.
So what's your manners, churl?
Then why?
Because this matter has political implications. I was told you'd contest my decision by Archbishop Cranmer.
I don't understand.
Do you truly seek to find Master Eliard's killer above all else?
I do.
If you question my actions, my instructions were to bring you to Archbishop Cranmer.
What is this about?
Come, we have a wary waiting to go to Lambeth Palace.
Well, Matthew Shardlake, we meet once again on strange business.
Thomas Cranmer, the Archbishop of Canterbury, looked strained and worried. In the room were Thomas Seymour, his brother, Lord Hertford, and Coroner Harsnett.
How is the Court of Request?
It flourishes, my lord.
Can we trust a hunchback?
Do not call him that. I am sorry, Matthew. In answer to your question, yes, I believe we can. Matthew, you found the body, and you were a close friend of lawyer Eliard and his widow. How deep are you in this?
I promised Mistress Eliard to find her husband's killer. It is a debt of honour.
And would you still work to redeem that debt, even if it turned out to be a matter of politics? Think carefully before you answer, Matthew, for you once told me you wished never to be involved in such matters again. Yet you must be, if you are to help us.
He has not the stomach for it.
You have a fine mind and much experience and discretion.
If I can help you in this, my lord, I am yours.
Your friend was not the first to be killed in this terrible manner.
Another? The same?
In every horrid detail. In late February, a man was found his throat cut in a public place, one of the tidal pools along the river on the Lambeth shore. It was kept secret because of who the victim was. A physician, Dr. Paul Gurney, an eminent man and physician to Lord Latimer, late husband of Lady Catherine Parr. Dr. Gurney visited him constantly since he sickened last autumn, and was at Lord Latimer's house the evening before he was found.
They say the king is courting Lady Latimer.
They say right.
We can't tell him all. If this leaks out, it could be to the peril of that good lady.
Matthew will not break a confidence. Dr. Gurney's friends were told he'd died in his sleep. We decided it was vital, as few people knew, as possible. The king has long had an eye on the Lady Catherine. He has now proposed marriage. It would be a sensible, safe marriage, and we have had few of those. The Lady Catherine is interested in religious reform, and God knows we need an ally now. The Conservatives are moving on a number of fronts. Bishop Bonner's campaign against the London Bible men will escalate, and there's a plan to restrict reading of the Bible to nobles and gentlemen only. Even I may not be safe. They seek to attack me already. The situation could not be more delicate. These extraordinary, brutal deaths, one close to Lady Catherine, would worry the king, for he is a superstitious man.
I know, my lord, that the king does not look kindly on those who keep secrets from him.
He does not. But we have no choice. You know we might not survive this.
I understand, my lord. But I have sworn. I will go on.
You may bring in your man, Barrack. I know Lord Cromwell trusted him. I believe you have put the Bedlam youth, Adam Kite's case, into the Court of Requests.
Yes, my lord. I have applied to have his fees remitted and to make sure he is cared for.
I will see the Privy Council does not stand in your way, but I do not want him released unless he is cured to the extent that there would be no more crazed public demonstration.
Yes, my lord. I have one question. Was Dr. Gurney a reformer?
Yes, he was.
Another thing in common with Roger Elliard.
Very well. You will keep me closely informed. Contact me here at Lambeth Palace and only through my secretary, Matthew. I trust no one else.
So we have two murders, sir, both similar.
It appears so. And the involvement of Sir Thomas Seymour.
He's dangerous. And there's talk he's interested in Catherine Park.
You don't need to be involved. You don't have to place yourself in danger.
No, sir, I'll help. There's Coroner Harsnett.
We crossed London Bridge and met Harsnett at the Southwark waterfront. He and I exchanged the lists we'd made of Roger Elliard's and Dr. Gurney's clients, patients and acquaintances, but no names matched. We walked along the south bank, and soon the houses gave way to wide marshes. High green reeds waving in the breeze among deep stagnant pools. Here and there patches of higher ground were cultivated, fields of vegetables laid out beside little mud and daub houses the cotters had built.
Archbishop Cranmer speaks highly of you, Master Shardlake. He said that but for a treacherous servant, you might have saved Lord Cromwell from falling 3 years ago.
That is kind of him, though I prefer to avoid such matters these days.
You do this for your friend, for honour. Well, that is a godly thing. There's little honour among the circles I move in at court.
On the river, the wherries had begun work, white sails bobbing on the grey Thames. In the low mud banks we met Wheelows, an old labourer. He described finding Dr. Gurney's body on a snowy day at first light, in a tidal pool stained red. There'd been one set of large footprints. The doctor's throat had been cut, but Wheelows said there'd been a peaceful expression on the doctor's face.
Remember now and keep your mouth shut about all of this, or I'll put you in Marshalsea prison.
The old man bowed quickly to us, then clambered off through the mud.
It's just like Roger Elliard, sir.
Lured to a meeting, drugged, and carried out here. That peaceful expression makes me think of Dwale again. The killing's identical, but what is it that links them?
He must have timed it right at low tide. When the sea rose under the ice, the bloodied water would have leaked out and covered the shore and the pool.
Water turned to blood.
Don't look round. But there's someone watching. On that patch of higher ground, just for a second, I saw a head outlined against the sky.
Are you sure?
I'm going after him.
That's all marsh.
I'll risk that.
It may be deep water.
Barrack plunged into the reeds and ploughed on towards a small knoll. Coroner Harsnett and I followed.
God's blood, he's vanished.
But where to? We should see him running.
He must have lain down somewhere in the reeds. They're perfect cover.
Then we wait. No man could lie among those reeds for long. The water's freezing.
Look at this! A pallet of straw. He's been lying here watching us.
Then he knew we were coming. But how? I will not stir from this spot. He has to move sooner rather than later. You have your sword?
I do.
Oh, good. You go, Master Shardlake. You have an appointment at Bedlam. Barrack and I can deal with this.
In my other case, at the Bedlam, Guy was waiting. As we went in to see Adam Kite, it seemed to me that I had left the world of normal behaviour and normal passions and entered a strange and terrifying new country.
God, please tell me I am saved by your grace and your grace alone.
The room smelt better. A small fire burned, and there were fresh rushes on the floor, and Adam wore clean clothes. But he remained the same. a creature of skin and bone crouched in a corner.
Tell me I'm saved. I listen for you.
Guy crouched down beside Adam and looked into his eyes, which widened for a moment as he registered Guy's unusual colour. But then he turned his head away and began praying again.
Listen for your word. Hear my prayer. I beseech you, God.
Adam.
Please tell me why I am saved.
Why do you believe God has abandoned you?
No. If I pray, abase myself before him, he will show me I am saved.
Will you not rise? No? All right. The poor old man will just have to crouch.
Who are you?
I am a doctor. I want to find out why you think God has abandoned you.
He has not.
But he will not give you the assurance you are saved?
Not yet. I have read the Bible and I pray. I pray, but its assurance will not come.
That is hard.
Reverend Mayfon prayed with me for days, but I only fainted.
You pray so hard. Would you hear God if he answered you?
How could I not hear him?
Because your fear is so strong. It drowns everything. Is it hell you fear?
The eternal burning. Well, for the pains I will suffer.
As we left, Guy asked one of the keepers to make sure Adam was kept clean and fed, even if he struggled. We found a tavern nearby.
There was a flicker of surprise at my colour. That gives me hope, Matthew. That, and getting him to talk, because it shows that he can be distracted from praying. But he is suffering as much despair as anyone I have seen.
He feels he is unworthy of God's love.
He is a self-hater, and there have been people who believe they are unlovable since the world began.
We must fight such notions with reason.
If it were only so simple. Our minds are ruled by passions more than reason, and sometimes they run out of control. And why? Sometimes we learn to hate ourselves from early on. What are Adam's parents like?
They are good folk, but under the sway of their canting minister Mayfon.
I should like to meet them.
You've worked with a man before. I did not know that.
It was part of the infirmarian's duties at the monastery. And diseases of the mind have always interested me.
Wonder whether Roger's killer may be suffering some form of madness.
It is possible. Unless Master Eliard gave someone cause to take such terrible revenge.
That is impossible. You said some of the monastic infirmarians used dwale. Do you know of any infirmarians in London who might have?
You are thinking of those monks who were driven out of their wits when they were thrown out of the monasteries?
Yes.
Then I should tell you that the use of dwale was mainly restricted to the Benedictines. And the only Benedictine foundation that had an infirmary in London was Westminster Abbey. But its use is not a secret. How is Mistress Eliard?
Bereft.
You are fond of her?
She has always been my friend. I have known her for a long time.
A woman of courage, I think.
Yes, she is. Guy, I have to go. Will you give evidence to the court hearing next week as to Adam's state of mind?
I will. May I bring my apprentice Piers? I'm thinking of sponsoring him to study as a physician.
I said yes, and realised to my shame that I was jealous. For a long time I had been Guy's only friend.
It was strange, sir. We waited for hours in the reeds and the rain, but he got away. Harsnett said it was as though the man was spirited away by the devil. How far's this house?
Gib Rook, the cotter, had agreed to meet and tell us about the killing of his neighbour in Lambeth in January. On the far side of Southwark village, we rode along a path past a church which stood on the edge of the marshes. We followed a wide, twisting track through the reed beds, which eventually led us to the cotter's dwellings. Gib Rook was working in his vegetable patch. He took us into his mud and daub cottage.
The murdered man was Wilf Topham. They're after her that he lived with. A bankside whore, Welsh Elizabeth.
Are they sure she did it?
And they issued a warrant against her. They were living together, but always drinking and fighting. He turfed her out in December, then he was found dead a month later.
What kind of man was he?
Surly and bad-tempered. You'd only see him at market. A couple of years ago, he became a hot gospeler, telling everyone the end time was nigh. Plagues and earthquakes and Jesus coming to judge us all.
Can you tell me how he died?
He was found on the floor of his cottage, tied up and gagged. Someone had cut him badly all over. His thigh had a great sore on it, all black and crawling with maggots.
I would like to see his cottage.
I have seen it, and I don't want to see it again. But I can fetch you a key.
God's blood, what a stink! The maggots in his leg must have hatched. There's enough filth in here for them to feed on.
Gibb described a great sore. I know that phrase.
These filthy rushes. Oh, Jesu, the chamber pot's full.
If Wilf Tuphome's killer knew him, he would know that in the depths of winter, if he was tied up and left to die, it might be weeks before anyone opened the place up. This is a lonely spot.
Why do you say he? Surely it was a woman.
I wonder. He was overpowered, perhaps knocked out, and then all this horror done to him. A drunken whore would be more likely to knock him on the head.
She wanted to ensure a slow death.
And if it wasn't her? Say someone who kills skillfully, carefully, to make an evil spectacle. Jesu, how he must have suffered.
This has nothing in common with the others. He's so filthy, all these rags on the floor. What's that there? This.
It's a pilgrim badge. From St. Edward the Confessor's shrine at Westminster. That's an odd thing for a hot gospeller to have.
Maybe one of the constables drops it when they cleared the body out.
Unlikely. People don't wear pilgrim badges these days, in case they're taken for papists. But someone dropped it here.
Poor troll. I wonder if he repented of his fornication as he lay watching the maggots eat his leg.
Why did you say that?
It just came into my head, I don't know.
Repent of his fornication. Come. But we must go.
Where to?
Church.
What do we want in here?
The Lectern Bible, I fear.
Why?
Be quiet a moment. Don't distract me. Got it.
What is it?
The part of the Book of Revelation where St. John is shown the 7 angels who pour the 7 vials of wrath upon the earth. It's what you said. And I gave her space to repent of her fornication, and she repented not. And here, the angels pour out their vials of wrath. Listen. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast. Tuphome's great sore. And he was a believer who had lapsed into fornication. Many would say that meant he had the mark of the beast on him.
That's just making what happened to Tuphome fit in here.
But listen to this. And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea. And it turned, as it were, into the blood of a dead man. If Tuphome was the first to die, Gurney was the second. He died in salt water. A tidal pool turned to blood.
And the third?
And the third angel shed out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of waters. And they turned to blood. Poor Roger died in a fountain turned to blood. This is blasphemy.
Someone killing people in accordance with this prophecy.
It means 4 more murders.
What happens next?
And power was given unto him to burn men with the heat of fire. This is not to do with Catherine Parr. It is not politics. It is mad, debased religion.
Where does this prophecy end?
It's the Book of Revelation. It ends with the destruction of the world. I went straight to Lambeth Palace. Facing me were 4 powerful men, Lord Hertford, Sir Thomas Seymour, Coroner Harsnet, and Archbishop Cranmer himself.
A third murder?
And if I am right, my lord, there are 4 more deaths to come.
Well, tell me all, Matthew.
I described how I had learned of the Cotter Tupholme's death, and how the manner of it had led me to connect it with the Book of Revelation.
I've never heard such a tale. The crookback's mind is addled.
Sir Thomas, in my office and elsewhere, you will show respect for Master Shardlake. These deaths fit exactly with Revelation 16, even to their sequence. And in these times when every apprentice believes himself an authority on Scripture, a man who was mad and vicious enough could believe he was inspired to fulfill the prophecy. For Revelation is, above all, what must come to pass.
We may take a little comfort, my lord.
Comfort, Lord Hertford?
If the killer's purpose is to fulfill these prophecies, it is not aimed at the proposed marriage between the king and Lady Catherine Parr.
The king would still be horrified beyond measure if he knew. I think he too might see the killer inspired by the devil and run away from any possible involvement with the Lady Catherine. He is so superstitious.
My lord, we must find out if this Tupholme had any connection with Roger Elliard and Dr. Gurney.
He was a cotter, a nobody, and the others were gentlemen.
Tupholme and Roger had both held radical reformist views, though in different ways both had abandoned them. Was that also true of Dr. Gurney?
Yes, he had once been very radical, but recently he had become disillusioned.
Radicals of all classes do meet in their private prayer groups, or when they attend church outside their parishes.
Matthew, the danger to me, to everyone in this room, grows by the hour. Some of my staff are still being questioned for heresy, though they will find nothing, for they are not heretics.
This is a gift to Bishop Bonner's cause. Someone murdering backsliding radicals in London.
I found one clue at the scene of Tupholme's murder. A pilgrim badge from Westminster Abbey. And there may be another connection to the old religion. Dwale was used to subdue at least 2 of the victims. According to my friend Dr. Moulton, the only certain place Dwale has been used in recent years is in the infirmaries of Benedictine monasteries. My lord, I would like to search among the Council of Augmentation's records to see what became of London's Benedictine infirmarians.
Do it, Matthew. And Coroner Harsnett, I want you to find out whether the Cotter had any links with the first 2 victims.
There is one more thing, my lord. I would like to take Dr. Moulton into my confidence. I believe he could assist us.
You may tell him. But for everyone in this room, remember, no word of this must come near the king.
I sent Barrack to the Court of Augmentation's office, and I rode to Guy's. I had the uneasy feeling that I was being followed. I turned quickly in the saddle, but could see no one in the narrow street.
You think the killer is a Benedictine infirmarian because of this pilgrim badge and the Dwale?
I think it is possible. The other day you and I spoke of madness. Coroner Harsnett thinks the killer is possessed, believes that someone who is mad could not organise these murders so carefully.
What do you think?
Possession is an easy cry to raise against the inexplicable.
There is obsession, a type of madness. It can take many forms. Love is the commonest, and if a life can be dominated by fierce, twisted love, it may equally be ruled by fierce, twisted hate. Before I was born, there was a case in France that curdled the blood. The Marshal Gilles de Rais, a knight and landowner who abducted and murdered children in the most terrible and cruel manner. At his trial, he said he committed his crimes purely because they pleased him.
Dear God.
I think there have been more monsters like this creature than we know.
Someone brutally killing people for no reason. But most killers who are caught are impulsive and stupid.
Whereas this one plans. Obsessive as a lover. Careful, meticulous and patient. He puts his whole self into his terrible work. The expression perhaps of a limitless rage.
As Guy spoke, I saw the door behind him was open, just a crack. Something glinted there, another eye staring back at me. Guy turned, jumped up and threw open the door. His apprentice Piers stood there, a large bowl in his hands.
What are you doing? Were you listening to our talk?
I am sorry, Master. I heard you talking and was uncertain whether to knock.
Is this how you repay me? You must learn to curb your curiosity. The keeping of confidences is part of our trade.
I am sorry, Master. I will go.
Wait there. Your master and I were discussing a matter of state. If you breathe one word of what you hear outside these walls, you will go to the tower. And it will be me that sends you there. Now you may leave.
I will make sure he keeps quiet.
In the gathering gloom, I rode back to my chambers. Guy's story of Marshal Gilles de Rais made me uneasy. I was tethering Genesis in the dusk.
Sir, help me!
Tamsin?
Oh, God, please!
Jesus, who's done this to you?
I came to find Jack.
Her face was puffy and swollen, one eye nearly shut, and her dress torn.
All the way here, I thought someone was behind me.
Come inside.
He leaped on me and pulled me down and beat me.
Who? Did you see him?
No. His voice is harsh. He says he knows you and Jack are hunting him.
I got the gatekeeper to fetch Barrack and Guy. They arrived within half an hour. Guy tended to Tamisin's bruised face. She'd lost half a tooth, and said he feared she had cracked a rib.
Jack and I argued, and he went out again. I could not stand being in the house alone. I felt someone was outside. I had to leave.
Who did this?
The imaginary man outside our door. My fancy, my phantasm.
Easy, Tamsin. You've been hurt.
You've been sensing this man?
Yes, but my husband is out, and he is always out.
How does he know where we live, sir?
Who are you hunting? Who is it?
He is a man obsessed with the Book of Revelation, and he is killing people.
Oh my God.
I think you were attacked to warn us off. Jack, you and Tamsin should move to my house tonight. There is safety in numbers, and I will ask Coroner Harsnett to send a guard to keep watch.
I found the information, sir. The infirmarian from St Helens is dead. The St Saviour's man went to his family in Northumberland and collects his pension there. But the Westminster infirmarian and both his assistants are still in London and collect their pensions at Westminster. The infirmarian is called Lancelot Goddard. He had two assistants, Charles Cantrell, a monk, and Francis Lockley, a lay brother, not in orders.
We need more.
Goddard has not been in to collect his pension since December, just before the first murder. His house is in a poor street near the steel yard. His landlord said Goddard was a good tenant, quiet, and always paid on time. He left in January because he'd inherited a house from his mother.
And the assistants?
Cantrell still lives in Westminster, Lockley out near the old Charter House, at a tavern called the Green Man.
Good work. There is something else.
What, sir?
I am sorry this has happened to Tamsin because of what we do. But there is something else wrong between you, and if you do not comfort her and accept your part in what has gone wrong between you, you will lose.
Leave my wife's affairs to me. What do you know of married life?
Enough to know you have a rare pearl in Tamsin.
I'll keep her safe, despite the devil in this.
Life must go on, Matthew. Must it not?
It must.
The clock still measures out the hours, even with Roger gone. Trying to keep occupied. Thank you for all you have done.
It is little enough. We are making some progress.
I sit here and look at that fireplace freeze. The wooden animals peering from behind the trees. Roger and I gave them names. It's strange how things like that can...
I'm sorry, Dorothy.
A piece got broken off when we moved here. Roger got it replaced, but it was badly done. It bothers me now. I must get it repaired. I shall take it if I go to Bristol.
To Bristol?
Our son, Samuel, suggests I join him there. But there is so much of Roger here in these rooms.
Come. There now. Here, rest your head.
You have been so good. What would I do without you?
Dorothy,
I'm not myself. I am suddenly tired. Would you mind if I went to bed now?
Of course not.
Good night, Matthew.
What can I do to aid Archbishop Cranmer?
Barrack had to wait outside while Coroner Harsnett and I spoke to Dean Benson, the last abbot of the Westminster Monastery, a monk who went over to Cromwell and had been put in the abbot's place to hasten the dissolution. Coroner Harsnett and I told him of the murders and the prophecies in Revelation.
I do not think the man you seek can be a former monk. Most of the brethren accepted the dissolution quite happily.
What of the infirmarian Lancelot Goddard? Did he use Dwale?
Used what?
It renders people unconscious before surgery.
I do not know. I left the infirmary to him.
How well do you know Dr. Goddard?
Not well. He was responsible for the infirmary with his helpers Cantrell and Lockley.
He has disappeared from his lodgings. Have you any idea where he might have gone?
I am afraid not.
What sort of man was Goddard to deal with?
Correct. Self-contained. He had a disfigurement, a large mole on the side of his nose. Brother Lockley used to mock Goddard, imitate his cold, precise speech. And Brother Cantrell, Goddard trained him up, but he never seemed satisfied with him, I recall.
These three men, how are they built? Were they strong?
I think you can discount the assistants. Neither showed any great brains, and muscle still less. Cantrell lives in the precinct outside here. His father was a carpenter. I saw him some time ago in the street with his thick glasses and remember thinking he would have trouble carrying on his father's trade. You believe this man will commit 7 murders?
Yes, sir.
Then I pray you catch him soon.
We collected Barrack and walked through the old monastic precinct. Demolition work continued loudly on the monks' former dormitory. We passed the abandoned garden and then entered the chapter house. It was one of the most extraordinary rooms I've ever seen. It was enormous, octagonal, and lit by huge stained glass windows. And beneath the windows were painted wall panels depicting scenes from Revelation. The 7 angels poured out their vials of wrath upon a world red with torment.
The monks saw this every day.
Yes. Goddard, Lockley and Cantrell. This could eat into a man's soul.
The devil came to Goddard through these pictures.
In the street near Thieving Lane, there was an angry crowd gathered where 4 parish constables were emptying a shop in a hunt for banned heretical books.
Get out of my way! Hey, this way, sir!
As Barrack pushed on in front of me, I felt a sharp pain in my upper left arm, and I heard my name spoken softly, a whisper.
Shardlake. Barrack! What is it?
I've been stabbed.
God's bones, sir!
Help me!
Where are you stabbed?
My arm.
Take off your robe.
Barrack opened wide the rip in my upper hose. There was a big cut close to the artery. He took his dagger and cut my ruined robe into strips, making a tourniquet which he wrapped around my upper arm. The blood gushed fast and then slowed.
It needs stitching. Come on. We'll get you into Westminster Hall.
It was him. He said my name.
Did you see him?
No. The crowd was so thick.
Hold your arm up. I'll get one of the clerks to fetch Guy.
He went for Tamazin, and now he's gone for me. I feel faint.
Sir. Sir.
Matthew. Wake up. Matthew.
Guy. Oh, where am I?
You passed out.
Half an hour ago.
I have been tending to you. You have a deep gash 3 inches long below your shoulder. I've applied an unguent that hinders infection. Then we must stitch you up. It will be painful, I'm afraid.
I am so tired, Guy.
It's the shock. And you will continue to be as your body works to mend itself. Once you are stitched, we'll get you home.
It is good to be in my own house.
You know what you said, sir? It was him and he said your name. Do you think Harsnet's right and the killer is possessed?
Oh, you are not afraid of devils, Jack?
He's playing hoodman blind with us. Attacking Tamsin and now you, and each time vanishing like some spirit of the air. How does he follow us around without being seen?
I don't know.
Well, we hunt him, he hunts us. How did he know we were at Westminster today?
Someone could be helping him. Telling him our movements.
But Thomas Seymour?
No. Seymour wants him caught. But someone helping him makes more sense to me than the devil giving him superhuman powers.
He is taunting us. When we find him, I will kill him.
We need him alive. How is Tamsin?
Sleeping. She needs to rest. Guy is sending her to a tooth drawer.
Master Shardlake!
He struck again.
He hadn't, but Adam Kite had escaped from the bedlam and got himself on top of London Wall, where he was calling on the crowds to repent. I feared this time they'd burn him. I sent Barrack to fetch Guy, and despite his protests, hurried the 1.5 miles through the throng to Bishopsgate. He nearly lost his footing, sending a large stone from the wall. Adam's vicar, the Reverend Mayphon, pushed his way through the crowd towards me, along with a thin old cleric with a beaky nose.
Master Shardlake! He has to be got down instantly. If he has taken the two of us here, we'll be questioned.
The two of you?
The Reverend Yarrington's church neighbours mine. Our congregations are at risk.
Have you tried speaking to Adam?
I have ordered him down, but he won't listen. Our true faith is under threat as never before. He should have been kept shut away and secure with someone to pray with him all this time.
He manages enough prayers by himself.
Do something. I fear the Bishop of London will descend.
Bow down to God.
Adam! Please come down!
Give us a miracle, Jesus! Cure the hunchback's arm!
Stand back! Back! Don't stand back! Make way for Bishop Bonner!
Suddenly he was in front of us, surrounded by his pike-carrying guards. Bishop Bonner of London.
Cease that blasphemy now! Who are you, lawyer? Are you of his family? And you? Oh, I know you, sir. You are Mayphon, the heretic. My men will get this blasphemer down, and if he falls, it'll be no loss.
Look!
3 figures had stepped through an upper window of the gatehouse onto the wall. Guy, with his assistant peers, and Barrack.
Come, Adam. Remember me. Why are you doing this?
To bring others to God. It will prove I am saved.
But not all who are saved can be messengers to the world. See, look at these people below. You are not strong enough to convert that heathen crowd. It is no shame.
Adam sank slowly to his knees and began to weep. Some lumps of old mortar pattered down onto the crowd. Guy, with Barrack and Piers, led him back slowly along the wall. In the street, Bonner was enraged.
What were you doing? Answer me, boy preacher, or you will find yourself in the fire like the others.
Sir, he is mad. The Privy Council sent him to the bedlam.
This is that boy. Well, the Privy Council was wrong.
He is mad, sir. This man here, Guy Moulton, is his doctor. He will certify it. I have been unhappy with the boy's security, his care at the bedlam. The matter is before the Court of Requests.
So you are Dr. Moulton, the ex-monk?
Yes, my lord.
Why are you working with these heretics?
The Privy Council decided he was mad, my lord, not a heretic. I believe and hope he may be cured, brought to his right thinking.
Very well. But I shall keep myself informed on his progress, and you, lawyer, make sure he is locked up.
Am I safe in here?
Yes, Adam. You are safe.
We placed him in his cell at the bedlam. I questioned one of the underkeepers, who told me, reluctantly, that the keeper of the bedlam, Master Shorms, had unchained Adam and then left the building. In effect, he'd wanted Adam to escape and be arrested and dealt with as a heretic.
Good evening, Master Lawyer. And how is your charge?
He got out, as you planned, Keeper Shorms.
I deny it.
But we got him back safe.
I did nothing. Yet even if I did, lawyer, what would you do about it?
Raise it with Archbishop Cranmer.
What is Cranmer to you?
I am the Archbishop's man, and if anything happens again, I will report you to him. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That evening, Guy soothed Adam in a manner I had never witnessed before. He knelt down, looked close in his face, eye to eye, and urged him gently but with quiet power to rest. And within moments, Adam fell asleep.
Yes?
Are you Charles Cantrell?
Aye.
I'm here on behalf of the King's Coroner. May we come in?
If you like.
The house was in poor repair and had a sour, unwashed smell. Cantrell was a gaunt young man in his late 20s. His face was thin, and he wore wood-framed spectacles with thick glass.
What do you want, sir?
You were an assistant in the monks' infirmary at Westminster before the dissolution. We are seeking information on your master, Dr. Goddard.
Is he dead? No, but he needs to be traced.
Do you know where he is?
No. He treated me like a louse.
How came you to work for him in the infirmary?
My father got me in. He did carpentry for the Abbey. He didn't want me working for him. Said I was clumsy. It was my eyes. I don't see too well. Has Goddard killed a patient? It wouldn't be the first time.
What do you mean?
Well, there were one or two he sent to their rest through bad treatment.
You know this for sure?
There was nothing I could do. The abbot wouldn't have listened to me, and you didn't cross Goddard. You were frightened of him. I said, you didn't cross him.
Tell me what he did that killed his patients.
I won't get into trouble. You will if you don't answer. Goddard used to do the operations himself. He was an impatient man. There was an old monk who fell down some stairs and smashed his arm badly. It had to come off. Goddard gave him a big dose of some stuff that sends you to sleep. The monk never woke up.
This medicine, was it called Dwale?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, gentlemen, the inn's closed.
You don't want a drink?
Do you work here?
I own it. Ethel Bunce, widow and licensee of the Green Man Tavern, at your service.
We're looking for Francis Lockley.
Why?
Some private business. He's not in any trouble.
Francis!
You are Francis Lockley? We are looking for Brother Goddard, formerly of Westminster Abbey.
That old turd.
Lockley was a strong-looking little barrel of a man. He and Widow Bunce were clearly living in sin.
He treated me like dirt, because my father was a potman, as I am now.
You worked with him in the lay infirmary?
God's bones, what's that?
Don't fear, it's not the devil up from hell. It's the old sewer built to drain the Charterhouse. It runs under the cellar.
We have spoken to young Master Cantrell and with the Dean.
What did they have to say?
It's confidential. Have you any idea where Dr. Goddard is now?
Well, I haven't seen him since the day we all left the Abbey. Nor wanted to. Why are you seeking him?
We are investigating a death. Do you know anything about Dr. Goddard using a drug called Dwale?
Well, I knew he used something to make his patients sleep.
Is that all?
He's hiding something.
We both saw his hand clench when you mentioned Dwale.
He might be protecting Goddard in some way.
I might have forced it out of him.
That's Coroner Harsnett's job.
The earth is the Lord's, and the
My friend Roger Elliard was laid to earth in a peaceful corner of Old St. Bride's churchyard. Dorothy was pale and held herself tightly. Barrack and I left immediately after to go and meet Coroner Harsnett. St. Agatha's Church was the Reverend Yarrington's, the Reverend Mayfan's friend. It stood in a lane leading down from Thames Street to the waterfront. It was reopening with a new steeple after the previous one collapsed in a storm 2 years before. It was nearly dusk. At the bottom of the lane, the grey river flowed. The wherries on the river were just lighting their lamps. In the churchyard, There was a small boar roasting on a spit. I told the coroner about our interviews with Cantrell and Lockley.
I am convinced of two things. Goddard is our man, and he is possessed.
Sir, can you smell that?
Oh, yes.
It's like bad fish.
It must be coming from the river.
The church is on fire!
Through one of the windows, a flickering light could be seen. Someone tried the church door.
It's locked! Break it down! Here, let me. Oh, God, save us!
In the intense heat, a man in a white clerical robe was chained to a stone pillar in the nave, and he was on fire, blazing like a human torch in the darkness. It was the Reverend Yarrington who burned there, gagged and bound. Men arrived and threw buckets of water over him. Eventually the flames ceased with a sizzle and a hiss. There was a thick liquid on the floor. I put my finger in it and sniffed it. Fish oil. That was the fuel.
And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to burn men with heat of fire.
The killer knew we'd be here. How does he know?
Out of evil chaos, I tried to create order. In Archbishop Cranmer's office, I began to write. They gathered round me. Coroner Harsnett, Sir Thomas Seymour, Lord Hertford, and Archbishop Cranmer himself.
You have sworn Yarrington's congregation to silence, Coroner Harsnett?
I have, my lord. Again, there will be no public inquest.
Poor Yarrington. I pray that after his terrible sufferings he is now in heaven. What do you have, Matthew?
What has passed, and what is to come. Vial 1, an infected sore. Tupon the Cotter, radical reformer turned sinner, January. May have been killed December. Vial 2, death in salt water, Dr. Gurney, radical reformer turned moderate, February the 20th. Vial 3, death in fresh water, Roger Elliard. Lawyer, radical reformer turned moderate, March the 25th. Vial 4, death by fire, Reverend Yarrington, cleric, radical reformer, April the 3rd. To come, Vial 5, death in darkness and great pain. Vial 6, river dries up. Vial 7, great earthquake.
He is speeding up.
I think the killer did the same with Yarrington as he did with Dr. Gurney and Master Elliard. Drugged him with Dwale, and then murdered him, wickedly.
It has to be Goddard. And Dean Benson and Lockley are hiding something about him. With your permission, my lord, I will bring them in and subject them to hard questioning.
No, Coroner Harsnett. With the atmosphere as it is now, we cannot just pluck people off the streets of London.
And we are not sure it is Goddard, my lord, not yet.
Sir Thomas does not like Lady Catherine Parr being so close at Charterhouse to Lockley, who may be involved with these murders, but she doesn't fit the pattern of his victims. Matthew, the boy Adam Kite in the bedlam you are acting for, Yarrington's neighbour, Reverend Maython, is his parish priest, is he not?
He is, my lord.
Make sure that the boy is kept safe, out of sight. I want you and Coroner Harsnett to go to Yarrington's house. Take 2 of my guards. Find out what you can. Matthew, I would see you alone for a minute. This terrible matter affects us both.
A man who kills again and again and finds delight in it. I have never seen such wickedness, my lord.
Can you bear this?
Yes, my lord. I have sworn to avenge my friend. I will hold to that. I will find courage.
Then so must I. As Catherine Parr must be persuaded to yield and marry the king.
She will be in danger.
That is what we must all face. For the sake of Jesus' truth. He endured the worst horror of all for us.
Who are you, sirs?
What do you want?
It's all right, lad. We come on Archbishop Cranmer's business. Who are you?
I'm Timothy. I'm the stable boy.
I am Matthew Shardlake. This is Coroner Harsenet, and this is Jack Barrack.
Give me your candle. We need to look over the house.
There's nobody here.
Just you.
And the steward, Toby White.
Barrack, find Toby White. Timothy, if your master had forbidden books, we do not care about that.
No, but... Shh.
This way, Matthew. I heard someone. Across there. That door.
Help! What do you want?
Be quiet.
Get out! Robbers!
She was naked, this girl in her teens. She pulled up the blankets.
I'm the King's Assistant Coroner. Who are you? Are you Yarrington's whore?
We will not harm you. What is your name, girl?
Abigail Day, sir.
Are you the minister's woman? There is no point in lying to us.
Yes, I am.
You seduced a man of God.
He did the seducing.
Don't you bandy words with me. A creature like you. Do you not fear for your soul and his?
Where did Yarrington pick you up, Abigail?
I was in a house in Suffolk where he used to come.
Did you ever hear of a whore called Welsh Elizabeth?
No, sir. Why?
Your master is dead.
God.
He was murdered earlier tonight.
Why?
Now get your clothes on. I'm taking you to the Archbishop's prison.
Barrack had found the steward, and Coroner Harsenet took him and Abigail Day to prison. The lad Timothy was in the stable, leaning against the side of a big grey mare, weeping.
We'd like to ask you some questions, lad.
Abigail, the woman who lives here? Were you told to keep it a secret? It doesn't matter now.
Toby said Master would beat me if I ever mentioned her name.
And you told no one about her?
No, I swear on the Bible I didn't. I liked her being here. She was kind to me.
But there is something else, isn't there?
You can tell us. It's all right.
I promise you Abigail will come to no harm.
I saw people come to the back door of the house.
Who?
The eggman, the sweep, the carpenter that repaired the screen.
Who else, lad?
A man used to come and see Abigail sometimes. When the master was out and Toby had his day off. Look, Toby didn't know about it.
Who was he?
I don't know. He came a few times this winter when the snow was on the ground.
Was he a tall man? A gentleman?
No, sir. He was young.
How young?
I don't know, maybe 20.
What did he look like?
Taller than either of you. Strong looking, dog-haired. Abigail said he had a handsome face.
Was he in the Reverend's congregation?
I don't know, sir. Please, sir. I've told you all I know.
How's your wound, sir?
It hurts, but I mend. Did Tamison see the tooth drawer?
He tried to buy her teeth. She was furious.
She could have been killed that night. And it happened because of our work. My work.
I hate this job. Madness, darkness and devils fill our world. I think I've been taking it out on Tamison.
Why?
Because she's there, I suppose. It's not a way to behave, I know.
Do you still want her for your wife?
Of course I do. I've been a churl, but somehow you get into a way of behaving and it's hard to get out of it. And when all this is over, I've decided to see if I can't find a decent little house for us to rent, nearer to Lincoln's Inn. And I'm going to stay home more.
In the morning, there was a hearing about Adam Kite at the Court of Requests. He was chained and kept sinking to the floor to pray. Judge Ainsworth listened to me and to Guy, who said he believed he could help Adam, that he was not some wild heretic. He would treat him without payment. Outside the court, Coroner Harsenet was waiting for me.
The girl's escaped.
How?
She asked to go to the Jakes and went out a window on the first floor. I've sent men to try and find her, but...
And the steward?
He's whining in the Lollards Tower, but there's no more to be got out of him.
There was a young man who visited Abigail, but the description is vague. Is Goddard found?
I've asked the London City Council and the coroner and sheriffs of Kent, Surrey and Middlesex, but nothing. Questions are being asked among all the radical churches and religious groups. It's delicate. I'd like you to question Cantrell and Lockley again. I will hunt Goddard.
What is it now?
Now, Potman Lockie, that's no way to speak to a man on business for His Majesty's coroner.
What do you want, sir?
We have not found Infirmarian Goddard yet.
Pox on him.
I want to be sure you know nothing about him that could help us.
I told you all I knew last time.
We are investigating a death. We think it possible that Goddard may have murdered someone.
It was a violent attack.
Goddard would never attack anyone. Why should he kill someone?
I can see you believe that, but I think you are hiding something. Something else to do with Goddard. I advise you to tell me what it is.
Will you leave me alone? I know nothing. Nothing. All my life it's been nothing but pester, pester, pester. The patients, Goddard, that wretched barber surgeon and that church of his, saying I was damned. And you? Get out, both of you. Get out!
If you will not answer me, you will find yourself arrested and questioned in a hard place.
Then do it. I'm past caring. To hell with you all.
Stay here, Potman.
That's all right, Jack. Let him go.
Is he our man?
I don't see it. But he'll be arrested when I tell Harsnet.
Come on! Open up!
Who's there? I'm armed!
It's Master Shardlake the lawyer. What's the matter?
Someone attacked me.
Cantrell led us into his filthy bare parlour.
2 nights ago I couldn't sleep. I heard breaking glass downstairs. I always keep a piece of wood by the bed in case of burglars. I went down and there was a man. He just stood there. He said something and I hit out. I got him and he staggered and I hit him again. Then he was out of the window and stumbled away.
What did he say to you?
It was strange. He said, "It is your time now." Why would he say that? Was there anything you recognised about the man? Anything familiar about his voice? It was just a shape in the dark. I could not see anything unless it's close.
Could it have been your old master, Infirmarian Goddard?
Why would he come here and attack me? I haven't seen him in 3 years. What has he done, sir?
Can I see that piece of wood? Thank you.
There's some blood on it. You dealt him a couple of good blows.
Black hairs, Jack, in the blood. Like Goddard's. Like Abigail's unknown visitor.
You do not answer me, sir.
Goddard may be deranged. Have you ever had anything to do with the radical religious reformers, the godly men?
When I was a monk, my father became a reformist. When I left the abbey and came home, it was all, you got what you deserve. I let him drag me to some of those house meetings. But after he died, I stopped going.
What happened to the group?
The leader was arrested for radical preaching. The others fled, ran like rats. But what has this got to do with Goddard?
I think you may be in need of protection, Master Cantrell. I will arrange for a guard to come to the house.
No. I do not want anyone here telling me I live in filth.
I will arrange it.
If Goddard comes to me again, let him. I'll care little if I live or die. Is that a great sin?
We had an hour before we were due to meet Coroner Harsnet. I left Barrack, saying I needed time alone for a while, and went inside the Abbey precinct. In the Abbey church, I walked up to Henry VII's chapel, where the King's father lay. I became aware of a group of people nearby, gathered before a bare stone altar adorned only with a cross. 4 stout men in livery stood, distant from a woman, kneeling, her head bowed in prayer. I saw it was Lady Catherine Parr. She had just risen to her feet when there was a disturbance. There was a mad beggar in front of her, pleading for his lost teeth. Then a figure stepped from the shadows with his sword drawn. Sir Thomas Seymour.
You're safe, my lady. I'm here. Go on, mad wag. Go! Out of here! Go now! I know you told me to stay away. You said I must not try and see you because it's cruel, but a servant in your household said you'd be coming to the Abbey today. I wanted merely to see you, to watch you from a distance. Master Shardlake, step out.
It's all right, my lady. The crookback will say nothing. I know him. You'll not say anything, will you? Not to my brother or Cranmer?
No, sir. Why should I wish to be involved?
Well judged, crookback.
I see by your expressions this matter is not resolved.
Dean Benson sat at his desk, his plump face irritable. Coroner Harsnett and I sat across from him.
I confess I find it distasteful, the insinuation that ex-monks from Westminster are involved in these killings.
There has been another murder, and no trace of Goddard or his family.
Is there any direct connection between Goddard and those killings? Beyond the suspected use of Dwale and the Pilgrim badge? That's little enough to go on.
Maybe. But we need to find him.
I have told you all I know. I have no idea where Goddard is.
Master Shardlake has been talking to Francis Lockley. We believe he knows something about Goddard and is hiding it. I'm going to bring Lockley in for questioning.
What is that to do with me? Be careful how you deal with me. I have the gratitude of the King himself for the way I brought Westminster Abbey to a peaceful surrender.
We are hunting a killer. Someone who has brutally murdered 4 people and already tried to murder a 5th.
And I tell you again, it has nothing to do with the Abbey. God's bones, man. I knew Goddard. I used to talk to him. He was one of the few monks in this place with any intelligent conversation. The idea of Goddard killing people to fulfill some prophecy in Revelation is ludicrous. I know who you are, Master Shardlake. I remember now. You are the lawyer the king mocked at York 2 years ago. He called you a bent spider.
You are no man of God, sir.
I am a realist. Do you know the king intends to be buried here? So be warned. He will be angry if you make a scandal. Now, good day.
Do you believe him?
I think he's hiding something. Perhaps he thinks himself safe because of his powerful contacts.
The killer has the devil inside him. He seems invisible and untouchable.
He failed with Cantrell. Would the devil have allowed that?
I know you don't believe the killer is possessed. But how else can you explain someone doing such evil things for no possible personal gain?
I think he has an insane compulsion to kill. He would not be the first.
Well, tell me how and why he is mad.
I cannot. But there have been similar cases in the past.
But they are just surely further examples of possession.
Perhaps there will never be an explanation for men such as these.
Surely possession is an explanation. I have watched you with interest this past week, Matthew. You are clever and a moral man.
Thank you.
But a moral man should surely not lack faith. Forgive me, but do you not think the state of your back makes you bitter and resistant to God?
I was a hunchback when I was a man of faith. If I am a doubter now, it is because for 10 years I have seen men on both sides who talk of the glory of God, yet harry and persecute and kill their fellow men. By their fruits shall you know them. Is not that what the Bible says?
The Bible says the end time is coming, Matthew. And I believe it. I see the signs. There is no time for half measures.
Tamsin, what's happened?
Nothing.
You've been crying. Is it Jack?
He came back drunk an hour ago. Crashed into our room and gave me foul language when I asked him what was wrong. I will not stand for more of this.
Then I will see him. I will not have him drunk in this house.
Don't even start.
I'll start where I like in my own house. I thought you were going to make things up with Tamsin.
It's none of your business.
It is my business if you upset her. You never used to get drunk like this. Why now? Well?
I am sick of this business. Sick to the heart. He could strike again tonight and we have nothing but bits and pieces of information.
I feel the same. But you have no right to take it out on Tamsin.
I didn't. She doesn't know when to let me alone.
You could have told her what ails you?
What? Telling the man that attacked her is still free? We know nothing and we're waiting for him to kill again? I hate being so powerless.
You should sleep this off. And when you wake up, apologise to Tamsin or you will lose her.
Maybe one of Harsnet's devils has entered me.
Aye, from out of a bottle.
You look tired, Matthew. This hunt for Roger's killer is wearing you down.
He's with me all the time. The fact he is still at large.
I know you will be doing all you can.
I am. Your son Samuel will be back in Bristol by now.
Yes. He very much wanted me to go back with him. But I will stay here until the killer is caught. In the long run, I could perhaps buy a house in Bristol. It would be hard for me to do that here. Roger's absence follows me. It is like a hole in the world.
I think that is how grief is. The hole in the world will always be there, but slowly you begin to notice the other things.
Matthew, I need to say, I am sorry it was me that set you on this hunt. I know now that officialdom is seeking this man, and I want you to leave the matter to them. I can see this dreadful thing is burning you up.
No, I am bound tightly into the hunt now. He has killed again.
No.
You are right. The horror eats into me, but I have to see it through now. We will catch him.
You have much courage, Matthew, to do this hateful work. Do you remember when we first met? 20 years ago. That business of Master Thornley's paper.
I cannot believe it is 20 years.
It was you I came to see that day.
When you met Roger for the first time.
Do you not think my father could have got a servant to deliver his message? I offered to bring it round so I could see you.
I did not realise. But I remember noting that you and Roger got on very well and feeling jealous.
I thought you were not interested in me.
How little we know each other. How easy it is to make mistakes.
Yes, it is.
I hope you do not go to Bristol, Dorothy. I will miss you.
I feel I am a burden to my friends.
Never to me.
We should go back. The rain's coming.
There are still 3 more vials to be poured out. 3 more murders to come.
All the men of power who had involved themselves in this grim quest were gathered in Archbishop Cranmer's office. Coroner Harsnet, Lord Hertford, and Sir Thomas Seymour. Cranmer sat behind his desk, his face severe.
And with each killing, it gets harder to conceal what is happening. Coroner Harsnet, you have some news.
Lockley has vanished. I sent men, but he'd made a run for it. The Bunce woman said he'd been on edge ever since Master Shardlake questioned him.
Is he the killer?
If I may speak, my lord. No, I don't think he is. I believe it is some secret to do with the Abbey infirmaries. I don't think he's clever enough. The man we seek is very clever and has made killing his life's mission.
So, Coroner Harsnet, you lost the girl from Yarrington's and you cannot find Goddard despite all your resources. How is that?
It is easy to disappear in London.
Thank you, Matthew. I do not believe Goddard's family are from within London. I think they may have come from the nearer parts of Middlesex or Surrey or Kent. Now, it must be near enough for him to ride into London. I'm making inquiries with the officials for all those counties, but it takes time.
Time is what we do not have. Sir Thomas, if you would make some men quietly available to Coroner Harsnet, it would help us greatly. They must come under the direct supervision of the coroner.
I rode through the crowded streets, looking around warily. On the corner between Thames Street and New Fish Street, 2 sturdy-looking young men in ragged clothes sat staring out at the crowd. A young woman sat between them, all dressed in rags, her head cast down. She looked up as I passed, and I saw that she was beautiful. I thought of what had been offered to Tamsin and the tooth-drawers who would pay to destroy this girl's face. I rode to Guy's, and his assistant Piers took out my stitches. He did it gently, although he knew I did not like him. Afterwards, Guy offered me a glass of wine.
I've been thinking, Matthew, that the killer must be a good actor. My guess is that his acts of killing are a sort of ecstasy for him, but perhaps, that apart, he's able to live a normal life without standing out.
What happens after all the vials are poured out?
Who is it? It's me, Barrack. There's been another killing at the Green Man Tavern this time. Dr. Moulton, you should come with us.
The smell burned the backs of our throats.
Lockley's wife, Mistress Bunce.
Open the windows!
She was lying on the floor, her arms tied behind her with a rope. Her jaw had been snapped shut on her tongue, and half of her had been burned away.
He's used vitriol, and his kingdom waxed dark, and they gnawed their tongues for pain.
Lockley might still be here. Let's search the house.
Lockley wasn't there, but in a second bedroom there was a locked chest. Barrack picked it open, and inside we found wooden blocks with hinges in the shape of human jaws. There were holes where the teeth could be placed. Denture blocks. Barrack went next door to question the neighbours. I found Guy praying beside the body.
Did Lockley do this, Matthew?
I can't see that he did.
To do this to a woman?
Did you find anything from the neighbours, Jack?
She once belonged to a radical congregation at Clerkenwell. What happens when the sixth vial is pulled out?
Revelation talks of great waters being dried up. The Euphrates.
Well, he make a killing that symbolises that.
He'll find a way. Jesus knows what.
I found out something else tonight. The name of a lawyer who may be involved in the killings.
In what way?
I asked around, and there were whispers that your old and bitter rival Belknap had something to tell. He did. I was kindly, sir, but persuasive. This lawyer approached Belknap and said he had a client who would pay good money for information about me and you. Our work habits, our routines, and where we lived. The lawyer's name is Colin Felday.
Do you know him?
I've seen him. He's known to do anything for money.
I believe Felday's client killed 5 people and has hunted us as we have hunted him.
He lives on Adel Hill. It's a street of whores.
So much for the devil granting this killer supernatural powers. A crooked barrister sold information to a crooked solicitor. Go on.
We borrowed a candle from a woman on the ground floor of Felday's building. On the first floor there was a wide landing. There was no answer when Barrack knocked on the lawyer's door.
It's locked.
Break it down. There's a window open somewhere.
God's bones, it's whiffy.
Wait. Look.
Hey! You!
The figure of a young man lay slumped across a large desk. He did not move. Barrack lifted him gently upright in his chair. It was Felday. He had a large stab wound in his chest, right over his heart.
Well, at least he died quickly. He wouldn't have known what hit him.
This was simply done. Not like the others. And I see no symbolic linking to waters drying up. He was killed to stop him talking. Come on, Barrack.
All the people living in this city, so if they knew what was happening in their midst.
I know. They're anxious already, with all these so-called signs and talk of the end time. If they knew what was unleashed here, they would panic.
What in the name of heaven do you want with me now?
Coroner Harsnett, Barrack and I confronted Dean Benson in his office.
We have been to Lockley's house.
So what has this to do with me?
Show him the wooden dentures, Jack. There was a connection between you and those associated with the infirmary. More, I think, than the mere fact you had overall authority of the monks' infirmary and the lay hospital. I think this is what you have been hiding. And this is what I think happened. Goddard used to administer dwale to render people unconscious for operations. Meanwhile, this fashion came in among the rich for wearing false teeth set in wood. The teeth are usually obtained from healthy young people, preferably as a complete set.
Is there some meaning to this?
I have encountered a beggar around here. He has not a tooth in his head, and he asks anyone who will listen if they know where his teeth are. He is mad, of course, but I wondered what drove him so. Perhaps his teeth were removed under Dwale. One of the reasons tooth drawers find it hard to get volunteers is the pain involved, but destitute folk who came here to have their illnesses treated could be offered a dose of Dwale to make the process painless.
If Goddard and Lockley and Cantrell had some scheme going, I knew nothing of it. And what has this to do with your hunt for the killer?
We need to know all, Dean. It is clear to us that all this is not news to you.
You are right, Sergeant Shardlake. I congratulate you.
How did you learn about it?
Cantrell told me. He heard Goddard and Lockley talking. He suspected that one or two of the people that Goddard and Lockley rendered unconscious for their teeth never woke up.
Cantrell was terrified when I mentioned Goddard's name. Did Goddard know that Cantrell had informed on him?
No. I never told him I knew. The king wanted the monastery to be closed quietly and peacefully, without scandal. And that is what I achieved. The king would not like a scandal even now.
So you swung with the wind?
Better than swinging in the wind, as many have.
You have told us everything?
All. On my oath as Dean of Westminster.
I know how much that is worth, sir.
How long will I have to have a guard here?
Cantrell's tumble-down house was filthy and foul-smelling. The young man, peering through his glasses, seemed in despair.
He may be needed for some time yet.
Well, he can stay out the back. I don't want him in the house. Who are you, sir?
I'm the London Assistant Coroner, and I have to tell you that Francis Lockley has disappeared and the woman he lived with has been killed. Was that Lockley who broke in here?
No. The man who came in here was tall. Goddard was a tall man.
Why did you not tell me about Goddard and Lockley's scheme with the teeth?
Is that why you think Goddard is after me? Because I told on him.
Goddard doesn't know it was you who informed on him, but why did you not tell me?
Well, much good it did when I spoke out the first time. It does no good trying to do right. It's better to be left alone. I just want left alone.
Please let me give you something to eat, Matthew.
No, thank you. I have much to do. I just wanted to see how you were.
You have been through so much. Take my hand. You look more tired than ever.
I think we may be near the end of the trail. I hope that we are.
It's there with me all the time. When I close my eyes, when they are open. When I first saw Roger's body.
Oh, Dorothy.
I'm sorry.
She looked up at me, and I felt that if I kissed her now, she would respond. But she blinked and took a step back.
Poor Matthew. You're running from pillar to post to help me.
Whatever I can do. At any time.
I know.
I had a disturbed night, listening to the sound of the rain. Early morning I rode through the muddy streets to meet Guy at the Bedlam. In his cell, Adam Kite was still chained and praying.
Heavenly Father, I have sinned against the light. Your light that shines in all darkness, tell me I am saved.
Guy touched the boy gently on the shoulder, and he ceased his frantic whispering. I watched Guy engage with Adam. He had endless patience, telling him Jesus did not want his followers to suffer unnecessarily.
But God tests his people. Look at Job. He tests their faith.
Is that what you feel? That God is testing you?
It is better than being cast out. It says in the book of Revelation.
Read the 4 Gospels, Adam. You will see that none who repents is rejected.
But Adam returned to his praying.
Heavenly Father, I have sinned against the light, your light that shines in all darkness.
As we ate at a nearby inn, Guy told me that he was following the trail of mystery, trying to understand things by looking at Adam's reactions.
Matthew, there is something I need to tell you. I am troubled by my apprentice Piers.
Has he some hold over you?
Not in the way you mean. He was so tractable when he came. He did everything to help me. But you were right. He listens at doors when I'm consulting with patients. I am disturbed and uncertain in my mind. I am prey to disturbing feelings about Piers. I have wondered if they are honourable. I have pondered and prayed on it deeply, and I think what I want, perhaps have always wanted, is a son. But Piers flirts with me. I fear he has raised something in me I did not know was there. Something more than the urge to be a father to him.
Piers is cold, calculating and exploitative. I have seen his wheedling and arrogance when he is with you.
Something else has happened, Matthew. Money has gone missing.
You must get rid of him.
Cast him out? I that took him in?
You took a viper to your bosom. I was summoned to Whitehall. Thomas Seymour and his brother Lord Hertford were there in Coroner Harsnett's office.
Close the door, Matthew, and come over here. I do not want anyone overhearing us. No one is safe in Whitehall. The very walls have ears. His Grace, the Archbishop, was to meet us at Lambeth Palace, but he has other concerns today.
Not more bad news.
Courtiers were arrested. They may be let go, but Bishop Bonner is tightening the screw further on the London radicals. Early this morning, his men and the London constables arrested 8 men for possession of unlawful books, together with some printers and apprentices for acting unlawful plays. Archbishop Cranmer needs to find out whether any of those arrested have associations with him.
Is there any danger of that?
He thinks not, Sir Thomas.
But if any of our investigation comes out, there will be danger. Have you learnt nothing more of Goddard?
I have been working day and night, but none of the radical groups know about him. There is no trace of him in London or the neighbouring counties. It is as though he vanished into the air.
He will be found.
I also have news. I have been appointed ambassador to the Regent of the Netherlands, because the King fears Lady Catherine may still have a mind to marry me. A king who is so fat he can hardly walk, and his legs riddled with ulcers that stink so much they'd stun a bull.
Sir, your indiscretion...
He cannot live many years longer. And then, if a queen sympathetic to reform were in place...
Barrack and I found Piers at Guy's house. He was standing at a table crowded with flasks of liquid.
Dr. Moulton has gone out, sir.
We know. It's you we've come to see, young cock.
We have some questions.
Dr. Moulton's had some money go missing. Know anything about it?
I have heard nothing. Surely if Dr. Moulton has had money missing, he should talk to me himself.
Ah, but Master Shardlake is his attorney.
Where is your room?
Up the stairs. But you have no permission to...
Stealing's a capital offence. Stand back or I'll use it. We'll just wait here while Master Shardlake has a look.
Under his mattress, I found a small leather bag containing a collection of silver coins, more than £1, far more money than an apprentice was likely to have. I held up the bag in front of him.
So, my pretty, you are a thief.
I could say some things about that old blackamoor if I chose. He worships idols. He's a pederast.
That's a lie.
If I lose all, I will make sure he loses as well.
Piers moved so quickly. He grabbed a flask of liquid from the table and flung the contents into Barrack's face. And he was gone, out the door and into the warren of streets. I couldn't sleep. Sir Thomas Seymour's careless jibes about the king told me how much this hunt mired me in court politics again. Powerful men, plotting and scheming.
Sir?
Come in, Barrack.
Francis Lockley's been found.
Alive?
He's dead, sir. In the old Charter House.
The rain poured down on us on our long ride to the Charter House. I was constantly blinking water out of my eyes. We drew up at the small gatehouse set in the long brick wall of the dissolved monastery. The watchman led us in, Sir Thomas Seymour, Coroner Harsnett, Barrack and me.
We'll have to climb down the ladder to the sewer. He's fixed to the lock gate.
With a lamp lighting the way, we climbed down to the bottom of the shaft.
God's bones!
Francis Lockley had been nailed, naked, to the lock gates like some terrible mockery of the crucifixion.
We need to get out of here. The water's backing up behind the gates. If it bursts...
Do you think there is any significance in the last 2 murders being round the Charterhouse because Lady Catherine Parr lives across that green?
No. I think it is coincidence.
Our killer's a man of great strength, sir. So we've got that body in there from outside.
Yes, and it carried Roger's body across Lincoln's Inn Fields.
Who's this?
Dean Benson.
What are you doing here, sir?
I have ridden halfway across London looking for you, Coroner Harsnett. Your servant wouldn't tell me where you were at first. I'm covered in mud.
A pox on the mud. Who are you and what do you want?
I am the Dean of Westminster Abbey, William Benson, and who are you?
Sir Thomas Seymour.
Sir Thomas Seymour?
What do you want, sir?
This was pushed under the front door of my house.
Give it to me.
What does it say?
Lancelot Goddard, Collingsworth Village by Totteridge, Hertfordshire. I did not think to make inquiry so far from London.
I've been there. It's a couple of hours' ride away.
You say this was pushed under your door. Did you write it yourself?
Of course I didn't.
The killer knew we had found the 6th victim.
And now he gives us his address. He is surrendering?
No. That would be to abandon his mission. Goddard may be a victim, not the killer. The killer may not be inviting us to this village to surrender. It could be to show us the 7th killing. The last. The great earthquake that will signal the end of the world.
We should ride up to Totteridge now. Sir Thomas, can you get some men?
I'm not sure we should do that. It is what he would expect. We could be riding into a trap.
But if we can ride there in force, sir...
The hunchback's right. This creature's got something waiting for us up there. I'll send a couple of my best men up to Totteridge. They can spy out the land, find out whether Goddard lives there, and make contact with the local magistrate. They can report back first thing. Coroner Harsnett, you must tell the Archbishop what has happened, and I will report to him personally as soon as I have news.
We should storm the place.
Barrack, let's see the lie of the land first. We can go to that village in force once we know. But we shall need the Archbishop's approval.
What nightmare is next? How will he make the earth quake? Guy came to my house in the early morning, saying that Piers had gone missing.
He has not returned home, and I don't know where he is.
Barrack and I spoke to him about your missing money.
What? You should have come to me first. You should not have gone behind my back.
I thought it best for us to confront him.
You thought I would obstruct you, that's all. I've helped you, Matthew. And this is how you repay me.
I did not feel you could see Piers clearly. He is a thief, Guy.
And now he is gone.
I am sorry.
I will not have Piers prosecuted when he is caught. I will not see him hanged for stealing a little money. I hope you find Goddard, Matthew. Good luck.
Guy, please.
I have an appointment at the Bedlam.
I set out for my chambers, but as I rode through the streets, I thought of the harm I had done to our long friendship. And I decided to go on myself to the Bedlam to try and speak to Guy again. I didn't find him there, but I did find Adam Kite, still chained in his cell. He was showing concern for one of the female keepers who was in distress after being shouted at by Keeper Shawms.
Are you all right? He's gone. It's all right.
Adam, I've not seen you concerned for another's welfare before now.
She was scared.
That's kind of you. You may go now, mistress.
I was not sinning again, even in thought.
What?
My concern was honourable. Please say you saw that it was so if you were asked.
Why did you say this to me?
It was not like it was before.
Before what, Adam?
The wicked reverend's woman.
The wicked reverend? Your vicar, Mathan?
No, please, God, please, God.
Yarrington, you mean Yarrington, who is a friend of your vicar, Mathan. Adam, does the name Abigail mean anything to you?
Oh, God, forgive me, my sin is found out.
You went to Reverend Yarrington's house once with a message from your own vicar, did you not?
Yes, sir.
Abigail saw you and invited you in. She felt the need for a young man, am I right?
Jesus, my shield, seemed powerless. She must have come from the devil.
Oh, she was only a poor woman, Adam, helpless herself in the power of that hypocrite Yarrington.
Has God abandoned me, sir?
I am no theologian. But you have not abandoned him, Adam, only sought to reach him in the wrong way, perhaps.
I rode home on Genesis, remembering the words from Revelation. And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven, saying, "It is done." And there followed voices, and thunder, and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not seen since men were on the earth. So mighty an earthquake, and so great.
Look out there!
A peddler was standing directly in front of Genesis.
Whoa! You'll have me over!
As he hauled his cart out of the way, I glimpsed a ragged coat, its tatters dragging in the dirt, and a filthy face framed by thick grey hair and a bushy beard.
You'll pay if you break me guns!
Barak was eating bread and cheese in the parlour. I told him about the ragged peddler.
He's called twice this last couple of days, apparently, trying to sell trinkets.
Why would he do that? Peddlers don't usually waste time on second calls if they've had no luck the first time.
It was Orr, the guard, who told him to be off.
It's a way to follow us. To observe us unnoticed.
But Goddard's in Hertfordshire.
What if he's concentrated our attention there?
I'm going out to look.
Barak returned a minute later to say the peddler was coming down Chancery Lane from Aldgate. I fetched my sword and we went out. He'd passed the house and was heading towards the throng of Fleet Street.
You're right, sir. He walks like a younger man.
We went after him, but he turned and saw us. Barak was on him, grabbing his collar. I tugged at the grey beard and pulled it away from his face with a ripping sound. The peddler kicked Barak hard and pulled a large sword from his cart. He turned to face us. I saw his nose, like the beard, was fake. And what I had taken for a dirty face was in fact caked with actor's makeup. The peddler struck out at me, but I parried the blow. Barak thrust at the peddler's sword arm, but missed. The peddler thrust his sword at Barak, catching him on the arm and making him drop his sword. He then ran at a man in the crowd who dismounted from his horse. The peddler slashed the man's cheek with his sword, then jumped into the horse's saddle, and in a second was racing away through the crowds towards Holborn. He was gone.
Do you think it was Goddard?
Master Shardlake!
The summons came after midnight. Barak and I hurried to Archbishop Cranmer's office at Lambeth Palace. Coroner Harsnet was there, and Lord Hertford. Sir Thomas Seymour gave us the news from Hertfordshire. His men had found the Goddard Manor House just outside the village of Kinesworth. Goddard lived alone in the crumbling building, a recluse, and disliked locally. Villagers had reported him riding out to London yesterday, and there was no sign of him at the house until well after nightfall. Then smoke was seen coming from the chimney of the house.
On that timescale, he could have been the peddler who attacked us.
Sir Thomas, you say you can provide a dozen men. We must end this matter now.
My lord.
That's what he expects us to do, my lord. This is tied in with the killing of the seventh victim.
We have no choice. We must go there in force. Matthew, I want you to go with Sir Thomas' party. It seems that for the killer you are connected to his mission.
Yes, my lord.
I pray you can all end this horror.
We rode on through the dark and silent roads. No sound but disturbed birds, the cattle dim shapes in the meadow. We arrived at a small country inn set back from the road. Inside, a local trusted magistrate showed us a hand-drawn map, a plan of Goddard's house and the surrounding countryside. We were to strike at first light. all we had to do was wait. But I knew also the killer was waiting for us.
Can I talk, sir?
Of course.
Tamison is talking of leaving me.
To go where?
She has an old friend who works in the kitchens at Whitehall Palace.
I am sorry, Jack.
All I wanted was to provide for her, keep her safe and give her a family. And I've been able to do none of those things.
You have had little luck. But that is the fault of neither of you. If only the two of you could talk freely. Promise me you will try. Before dawn, we set off along the country lanes, our little troop of armed men. At length we arrived at a stretch of woodland. The house was set in a little hollow in the middle. All the windows were shuttered, and a thin plume of smoke rose from one of the tall brick chimneys.
We have him trapped now, surely.
If we catch him, Cranmer wants him killed, Jack. We are all pawns in a political game.
Ready?
Good. I will lead.
Sir Thomas took a deep breath and marched out of the trees towards the house. We followed silently. There were 10 of us. Some men waited in the woods, should Goddard flee.
God's bones! Jeez. It's just a flock of geese.
Quiet.
He knows we are here now.
Forward again. Move.
The door to the manor house was not locked, and Barrack opened it smoothly. Goddard was making it easy for us. We were in a large old entrance hall. Sir Thomas's men began moving swiftly but quietly up the 2 staircases that led to the first floor. Swords in hands, Barrack and I stayed on the ground floor and crept carefully along a dusty hallway behind one of the staircases.
I saw a faint light down here.
You're right.
Now we'll get him.
The door at the far end was half open, and a dim red light came from inside, flickering softly. Heat wafted out.
What was that?
Push the door.
God's bones!
The scene might have come from hell itself. The room was large. In one wall a fireplace was set, and a fire burned brightly, making the room stifling. Straight ahead of us was the only furniture in the room, an ornate, high-backed chair. Sitting in it was a man, in the black robe of a Benedictine monk, the hood raised over his head, flames reflected from the fire dancing in his eyes. There was a large telltale mole on the side of his long nose. It was Goddard who stared at us, his lips drawn back into a terrible, triumphant smile. By the chair lay a smashed lamp. The candle within it still burned on the floor, on top of a thin trail of grey, ash-like stuff. The ash led to a hissing, sparkling fire that was running quickly down a trail of dark powder towards 2 large barrels under the shuttered, but not fully closed window.
Jesu! Run, Jack!
Everybody out! Now! He's burning up the house! Get out! Get out! Get out!
Stay still, Master Shardlake.
Coroner Harsnet, what happened?
Your back is burned, but the village healing man has tended it. It's over. The back of the house has collapsed and the rest is burning fast. You and Barrack saved our lives by calling out.
Where is Jack?
Here.
Are you hurt?
My ribs are sore, that's all.
Did everyone get out?
Yes, but some are injured.
He poured out the 7th vial and made the earth shake. He will now have found himself in hell.
But why would he kill himself just at the culmination of his great scheme? Surely if he thought it would bring about Armageddon, he would want to see it.
Who knows, Master Shardlake, now the devil has gathered his soul.
If you'll excuse me, I must speak with Sir Thomas.
It's not over, Jack.
But we saw him. That was Goddard. He set a trap to blow us all to Kingdom Come.
But it didn't. We all got out.
Only just.
The window above the gunpowder barrels. The shutter was open slightly. There could have been someone else in there who lit the fuse and got out. What if the fuse was timed, so that whoever saw him would be able to get out of the room and testify the killer was himself dead?
But he was sitting there grinning at us. We saw him.
What if Goddard wasn't the killer? What if the 7 vials are only a stage in some larger pageant? The next stage of which he can go on to, untroubled if he is believed dead.
If you tell Sir Thomas he hasn't got the killer after all, he'll be furious.
He was, and dismissed me. But one of the soldiers piped up that in the chaos he'd seen something moving through the woods. Sir Thomas dismissed that too, saying it was a deer. But I requested that the rubble be cleared from the collapsed back of the manor house.
Here! There's something. Wait, I'll pull it out. Jesus!
Oh, it's a head, sir.
Stand back.
God's bones.
It's Goddard. No wonder he smiled. His mouth has been nailed open. This man was dead when we entered the room.
We arrived home after a sore and uncomfortable journey, and there was a note from Tamison to Barrack.
She's gone.
Where?
She says she's gone to stay with that old friend. She has a kitchen job at Whitehall Palace.
You should go and find her, Jack. Talk to her. I have to go to the Bedlam and pick up the court report on Adam Kite.
Lord God, come to me. Lord God, come to me.
Come on, Adam. It is me. I have to see you are eating and that Dr. Malton visits you regularly. Do you do this so you do not have to talk to people?
Sometimes. You did not tell my parents what I did.
No, I will say nothing. Your parents love you, Adam. I have seen that.
Always they used to criticise me. They told me of the perils of sin. They know I am a sinner.
Are they not just repeating what Reverend Mayfin tells them?
He is a man of God. All he wants is to bring people to salvation.
Your parents want more. They want you to return their love. I know your father wants you to go into business with him one day.
I do not want to be a stonemason. I do not like the work. I never have.
My father was a farmer, but I had no interest in it. Does not God give us each our own calling?
He calls us to be saved. Where are you going, sir? Sir?
Something in what Adam said struck me hard, and I then made the connection with what Yarrington's stable boy had said about visitors.
Matthew, it is good to see you. When we last met, I'm sorry. My mind is all at 6s and 7s.
I understand, Dorothy. It is all right. I need to ask you about the fireplace frieze.
Why?
The one you and Roger loved.
The man who originally made it was such an expert.
It's that man I must ask about.
We contacted him after the corner was damaged, but he was recently dead. His son came instead. He did a poor job.
The carpenter and his son. Do you remember their names?
Why does that matter?
One of the killer's other victims also had a carpenter come to repair a damaged screen. Do you remember their name, the father and son?
Yes. It was Cantrell. Their name was Cantrell.
But Cantrell's half blind.
Coroner Harsmet. He may have exaggerated. And he never lets the guard into the house. He knew Lockley and Goddard. And now we know Roger Elliard's and Reverend Yarrington's houses.
I've arranged for 3 constables to meet us at the end of Cantrell's Lane.
We found the guard asleep and stinking of beer. The door was locked, so we broke it down. The constables looked through the house and confirmed that Cantrell was gone. There was a locked door which led off the parlour.
Ah, his peddler's cart. I was a fool.
He made fools of us all.
I allowed myself to be so easily deceived. To see Cantrell as another of life's victims.
The chest. There. I'll take this one. You take that.
It's his disguising clothes. Robes, beards, wigs.
Bottles and jars in this one.
Let me see that bottle. I think this is Dwale. And this one. Stand back. I'll pour some out. Vitriol.
The devil fired his fury.
In one of the bedrooms upstairs, there was an old truckle bed and a table on which sat a large, heavy copy of the Bible in English. Cantrell had marked the Book of Revelation. The wide margins were filled with notes in red ink. I realised it was only part of Revelation that had been marked. The 7 vials of wrath, and then the chapter on the judgment of the great whore.
I am afraid, Matthew. Where is he now?
I asked them to leave the room, and I sat with Revelation. I needed to see the words through Cantrell's angry eyes.
I will show unto ye the judgment of the great whore. Within the kings of the earth have committed fornication. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. After the 7 vials, the next victim will be the 8th. Like the 7, but different somehow in kind. King Henry VIII, who was a reformer, but was no longer, and not the king, but she who would be his wife.
I knew then Cantrell meant to kill Catherine Parr. Archbishop Cranmer gave us a dozen men and sent a fast rider before us to Charterhouse Square to say there was a gang of burglars with designs on the house. Coroner Harsnett was placed in charge, and Barrack was beside me. We rode fast and hard as dusk deepened to darkness. The mansion was large, 3 stories high. A steward greeted Coroner Harsnett, Barrack and I, and Cranmer's men.
We've searched. There's no one here. We told Lady Catherine about the robbers.
Where is she?
In her rooms on the 1st floor.
All right. Now go. Tell her she must stay there. 2 of you men go with him and guard her. I want 6 men patrolling outside. Everyone else inside with us.
Barrack and I climbed the stairs, checking every room.
Fire! Help! Pick up fire!
We ran to the nearest window, through which the glow of flames could be seen in the darkness. Across the lawn, a large summer house was well ablaze, flames at all the windows. Guards and servants poured out of the house towards the flames.
He's trying to distract us. He's close. I sense him.
Barrack raised a finger to his lips and pointed to a half-open door along the hallway. We walked towards it. Barrack drew his sword and I, my dagger. We could feel a breeze come from the room and smell the acrid stink of smoke drifting into the building. Barrack kicked the door wide open and we lunged inside.
Got his bones, the smoke!
It was a storeroom. Stacked chairs and tables and a heap of large cushions lying against the walls. I crossed to the open windows. In the moonlight, the summer house collapsed in a great heap of sparks.
He can't help you.
Cantrell had risen from behind the cushions and stood over a prone Barrack who lay on the floor, his forehead red with blood. Cantrell dropped his lump of wood and took Barrack's sword, which he thrust quickly at my throat.
God has delivered you to me. Let go of the dagger. Catherine Parr is well guarded. The devil told you, didn't he? He knows she's the great whore foretold. But the Lord has delivered you to me, to remove an enemy and strengthen my hand. Kneel down. Kneel down, or I'll...
Right.
Good. Drink it. Drink it! Good.
Where are we?
In the sewer. under the house. It's dry. They haven't fixed it since Lockley caused a blockage up at the Charter House.
You found me. Is Barrack all right?
It does not matter. Stay sitting where you are.
I looked round. Where we were was lit by a lantern. There were long, narrow alcoves in the brickwork. Behind me, the passage stretched away into darkness.
I knew you were the devil's man when I first saw you. I marked your bent back, the sign of a twisted soul. I learned you were an apostate from true reform. I thought, yes, that is how a man possessed would look.
The house is full of soldiers.
Be quiet! God told me, in so many messages, the great whore has to die, and you have stopped God's plan. I cannot think how to do it down here.
You're cutting my neck.
Admit you are possessed by the devil. Admit it. Say he's in you. I command you in Jesus' name. What is that noise?
I knew, and my heart sank. They were opening the doors that held the water back up at the Charter House. We were both going to drown like rats. A wall of water and foam rushed down on us. I thrust myself into an alcove. Cantrell was carried away silently in the flood, arms outspread as though he were flying. The very force of the flood saved me, for I had rolled far enough into the alcove for the backwash to slam me up against the far end. The water rose over my neck and over my face, pulling me, tugging me, but I jammed myself against the walls and held on. There was a great sucking sensation as the water ebbed. Eventually a faint half-light lightened the gloom. I rolled out of the alcove into the passage. Cantrell was dead, his body impaled against the grill.
You're in the house, Ned! The lawyer's alive! He's alive!
Matthew!
Is Barrack alive?
Yes, he is.
You would have drowned me.
I feared he might get away in the tunnels even if I sent men after him. It was the only way to be sure. I'm sorry, Matthew.
While I recovered in my bed from the ordeal, I received a message from Lady Catherine Parr. She said she was someone who remembered favours a long time, and she would like to receive me when I was well. I heard, too, that she had consented to marry the king in full summer. I worked hard and began tentatively to make good my old friendship with Guy, and Dorothy Elliard left London for Bristol to live with her son. She wrote me a letter.
I realise what you have felt for me, Matthew, and you have behaved honourably. Being yourself, you could do no other. And I believe that your determination in hunting down Roger's killer was done for him as well as for me. Yet I know now that I will never marry again, nor should I. The 20 years that Roger and I had before that evil creature took him were, I know, blessed with a happiness that is rare among married couples. Any other marriage could only be a pale shadow, and that would be fair on nobody. Forgive me, Matthew, and come to visit us.
3 months later, Barrack and I visited Adam Kite in the Bedlam, where, under Guy's care, it improved to the point where it looked as though he could leave soon and return to the world.
He says he's interested in the law. That's a new thing.
He's a bright lad. One day he may make a lawyer. How is Tamsin?
I've been to see her several times at her work. She's forgiven me, but she won't come back.
Not yet, at least. Don't give up on her. I believe there is still hope.
Thank you, sir.
Listen.
Whoa. The king has finally married Catherine Parr.
Well, we have fresh work to do.
Aye, a couple of tricky cases coming up.
Good. I look forward to it.
Go on.